Hello Taurus. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I am coming to you to talk about March. It will, of course, be 5 weeks long in accordance with my 7-day weeks, covering February 27th through April 2nd. And so don't be alarmed with the dates and such up there on the top of the overview. We are talking about March, and indeed, this is going to be fun and wonderful. And we will have 5 weeks this month, very extensive. And I will program these cards for you as we get into this. It's going to be great. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-program these cards here for the first week of March, covering February 27th through March 5th. Okay? Almost got that one weird. Oh. So I'm going to set these aside. We'll go ahead and get into these ones, which are going to be 5 rows. I'll try to make sure you see them. Boink. All the cards face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. It's funny how I keep pushing them out when I don't need to push them out. I just need to make room for them. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. Here we go. It's perfect. Alrighty. So the second row here is going to talk about what's blocking us. And the third row is going to be our solution for this particular month. We will see what's going on with you, Taurus, and how we're going to roll through this month. All right? So I'll set these aside. And let's just see what's happening, right? So in the first week of March, being February 27th through March 5th, we are looking at the 9 of Cups, meaning that your wishes are being fulfilled. Everything you've been working towards and looking forward to is going to come out just fine. So try not to sabotage yourself, as we do sometimes. The Moon is your second card, talking about how even though your wishes are being fulfilled, you may or may not be working towards your goals. So pay attention to that. Our wishes and our dreams and goals may not be the same. So that's interesting. It will have you pulling up the strength as your solution. So you're going to need to dig a little deeper. You're going to need to push a little harder to try and get your wishes in line with your goals, because if you want to have both your dreams and your goals working towards your wishes, then once they're all in the same place, that's helpful. Right now they're not, and that's a problem. So you're going to dig a little deeper as part of your solution, and you're going to get these two things on the same channel, and we will talk about that more in depth at the end of this video. By the way, if any of this works for you or is jiving with you, you can go ahead and hit the button down there that says liking. Anyway, and then we will move forward. There's also stuff in the comments if you want more information about what I'm doing. This is the second week of March for you, the March 6th through the 12th. So we have the 6 of Wands, which is showing me that you're going to be taking your ideas and like leading yourself to victory. You're going to be doing your thing. You're going to be sharing your ideas. You're going to be getting some good stuff going on. Things are going well for you with your ideas. You're not going to have very much luck rallying the troops towards your ideas because this is the Five of Wands in the what's blocking you department. Um, that is a truth that sometimes happens. Sometimes you got to just do it because you want to do it, not because somebody else is helping you. Okay. Um, this will be your foundation and power. This is the Four of Swords down here. Your solution is to realize that even though you're doing this and you're doing it alone, it is your foundation and power. This is you. This is your solid thing. This is your deal, not anyone else's, and you're in complete control. Yay. Digging that, right? We'll get more information when we go deeper in another video. The Hierophant. The Hierophant here is talking about how this is the week, of course, of the 13th through the 19th. And the Hierophant is talking about you stepping into some faith in a physical way, which means if there's an opportunity for you to express yourself in a physical way in your faith. And we want you to do that. We want you to step forward in your faith. Whether that's going to church, going to confessional, or doing whatever it is you do, go to Sabbath, go do what you do and set up an altar. Be willing to burn the candle and do the thing that you normally do that makes you feel connected to your God, whatever that is. That's why it's the F word. I'm not here to say I'm an expert on any of those faiths, but to say that you should be connected to whatever the one is that makes you feel good and right and connected to all that is. That's the one you want to do, and that's how you should go about it. So be connected. Manifesting may not work out so good this week. We have pulled the Empress in the blocking department, so you will not be able to manifest the way you want to. Just let that be what it is. It's a thing. It's not as ideal as you want it to be, but it is what it is. Okay, so allow for that, and know that there's more information coming. There's a Page of Wands here. It's telling me that you're going to get more information about what's going on here and why you can't necessarily manifest. So this is just sort of a pause week. You get in your faith, you get a little information, nothing dramatic happens. That's okay. It's okay. Enjoy the pause. Don't strive so hard to make something happen. Step into the faith. You've done the work beforehand, so now you can step into the faith that it's going to work out. Now we're going to go into the 20th through the 26th. We're talking about the Nine of Wands here. You are on the outside with your ideas. We talked about that 2 weeks ago, how you weren't going to have any luck rallying the troops to your ideas. Well, this is becoming an issue or something to remember in big fat letters right now, that you are not run-of-the-mill, you are not typical, and you are not ordinary. So it's important for you to pay attention to that little situation, okay? My cat wanted to say hi. Hi. But yes, absolutely, the Nine of Wands here is telling me that you don't have run-of-the-mill ideas, and no one's going to be on board with what you're thinking. That doesn't make it wrong. It just means that they're not on board. This is an area in your life this particular week when your financial foundation could feel a little shaky or not very supported. You're probably not going to make a lot of money this week. Don't be upset. Just don't overspend, right? This is the key. As long as you don't put a hole in the bucket, everything should stay full. Pay attention to that. We'll go in depth on that. The King of Cups is here. He's an emotional-based male energy person, and that person will be in support of you during this time. So you will have somebody to talk to while you're feeling unsupported and unfinancially supported. So, breathe. You'll get what you need eventually, but don't worry about it this particular week. The final week of March is the 27th through April 2nd, and we are talking about the Page of Pentacles. So you're starting the week with new information. I always say that. The overwhelming vibe of this particular week is that you have information coming to you about financial benefit. So that's kind of cool. new information is coming. You also have, in the area where you're blocked, there's a lady or a feminine energy that's cutting, quite choppy. Queen of Swords. Um, so there will be a naysayer in the bunch. So even while you're getting information about a way to expand your finances, there will be a naysayer who sits back and tells you why, all the reasons why it won't work, blah, 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 blah. We told you already last week that you weren't a run-of-the-mill thinker and that people weren't necessarily on point with what you were thinking. So I can definitely say she's one of them. And she's obviously not going to be someone you want to listen to too much. It is possible she's your person and your partner in life. That will make it more difficult, and I am sorry for that. The Three of Swords comes up here as your solution, and that means to, as you move forward, to keep it to yourself, which may or may not be really wise. If this Queen of Swords is your spouse, do what you can to try and honor that while not giving up all of the information necessarily. You know, I want you to honor your truth and reserve your power, and maybe you don't make any moves right away. So while you're getting information about how to do your finances, and she's saying, you look around at this situation and you do some writing about it, and you do some soul searching, and you try and figure out a way to bring her on board. Because I'm going to tell you right now that if this is your spouse and you're doing this sort of thing without her energy, I say her because it's the queen and that's what I'm saying. But if your spouse is not on board with this situation, you need to work it out before you move forward, which is a good reason for you to do your homework and keep it under your hat and find ways and means to get this to embrace the power of the situation and not give it away, right? Don't give away your power by sharing it with everybody willy-nilly, right? But I also don't want you to be so far into it that you are working around your spouse, because you need your spouse. Your spouse is part of your life, and they are the one that's sitting beside you and supporting you. It's important for you not to block them out entirely. I'm hoping that in April we'll get more information about how you're going to include your spouse in the situation, and things will get back on track, and she will be that your spouse will be on board with your situation, and you can move forward with what you want to do. That's my hope, my goal, and my dream for you. We will go in depth on this later. We'll get more information along with these cards. All these weeks we'll go in depth in the next couple of videos in the coming weeks. But for now, let's just do the first week, right? We already pre-programmed these cards. We're going to go deeper now. So what we have here, we were talking about the wish card, right? And how your wishes are coming true, but they aren't in line with your goals, right? And that you're going to have to dig a little deeper to get more going on. So let's just see. We have your wishes. And this is the Eight of Swords, being, of course, that opportunity when you feel stuck and you have to claim your power by letting yourself look at things from a different perspective. So you're going to be doing that with your very favorite wishes, because your wishes are coming true, but you want to make sure that your wishes are on point. The Ten of Pentacles is here telling me that you have financial benefit in this situation, and that's a good thing. You have financial benefit from your family's financial security while you're going through whatever this is. It looks like you were hoping for a windfall financially, and it came to you in a funny little way. But now it's important for you to work towards your dreams and goals and get them all on the same page. We talked about that. Um, and this is the 6 of Cups. Let's see, your dreams and goals. You want to help people. You want to help people and do something new. So, whatever you're doing now isn't fulfilling you at all, but you want to be able to help people and do something new and different. And that's where your dreams and goals are. Well, your wishes are about money. Interesting. So you want to make money, but you also want to help people. So you're on the fence between those two situations. Um, Strength is where we're talking about you digging a little deeper and figuring out a way to make the two whole, where you can make money while you're helping people. Um, there's going to be some new information about how to manifest your power in this week that will help you with your strength and your financial. The Four of Swords shows up here telling me that your foundation and power is at play. So you are going to be taking control of your situation, getting new information about how to take control of your situation, and maybe a way for you to get these two in alignment where you can help people and make money. That's the goal, and that's a good idea. I'm into it. Um, so there you go. If this resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. There's some stuff in the comments if you want to contact me outside of here, get a private reading. I'm open to that. Thank you. We'll talk more in depth about March 6th through the 12th in the next video next week.